Hello, it's Jeffrey Wilson from the Institute for Soul Evolution. This week's topic is perfectly timed. The world seems like it's going crazy right now. And so I want to remind you of some things about yourself. So, how many of you feel a deep burning anger when you see injustice in the world? When you watch people lie, cheat, or harm others? When you see corruption, environmental destruction, or systems that crush the vulnerable? If you're not in your head thinking, yes, that's me, sometimes I feel like I'm going crazy with how angry I get, you need to listen closely. Because what I'm about to share might change everything you think about that anger. I'm a vibrational healing practitioner, and for 14 years, I've worked with people who carry what I call ancient warrior DNA. You see, that intense anger you feel, it's not a character flaw, it's a cellular memory. You carry the DNA of ancient souls, indigos, who once lived in civilizations like Lemuria, where peace and harmony were the natural state, where people communicated telepathically, respected all life, and lived in complete integrity. Your soul remembers what that felt like. When those civilizations fell and the indigo people were forced to migrate, they watched in horror as the world descended into violence, disconnection, and lies. They became angry at people displaying violent behavior, angry at those not living in integrity, saying one thing but acting differently, angry as they watched people disconnect from their spirits and lose touch with who they truly are. That anger or frustration has remained in the memory of your DNA and has been carried forward into the present. The planet is evolving rapidly, and world events like natural disasters, destructive wars, are calling people to reach deep inside themselves and connect with their spirit, activating that ancient memory. Here's what happens: you're a natural warrior. That's the energetic suit of clothes you came in with, and that will never change. But you get caught in a cycle, reacting to the same injustices over and over, feeling like you're going round and round with anger that gets triggered by everything wrong in the world. This intense emotion can be disturbing to those around you, but paradoxically, it can also be the impetus toward great change. The key is learning to evolve from what I call machete-chopping warrior to the spiritual warrior. Here's the secret: it's not the sword that's going to help you survive or get through this any faster. Reacting in anger to other people's choices isn't the solution. Lashing out in anger all the time is counterproductive to your purpose. One cannot usher in peace, harmony, and balance to this planet through anger. It can only be done by tapping into the higher, all knowing part of you that's removed from reaction. So here's what I want you to try: start observing what's happening around you as if you were watching a movie. When that warrior anger rises, step back and watch the scene unfold instead of jumping into it. Replace your anger with persistence and insistence. You alone have the power to choose how you will emotionally respond to what's going on. You have total control over your emotional roller coaster. By getting off that roller coaster, you step into a higher, more expansive level of awareness that allows you to see the higher lessons in every situation that presents itself. Your anger isn't wrong. It's your ancient soul recognizing that this world can be so much better. But to create that change, you must dump the sword and pick up wisdom. You must become the spiritual warrior this planet desperately needs. The world needs your fire, but it needs it channeled through love, not scattered through reaction. Your warrior spirit is a gift. Use it consciously.